one, Dad?
No, thank you.
Have one?
Enjoy.
Sorry.
We're in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Bushwick, Brooklyn. I think I'm on my way to my brother's house. Thinking I'm gonna do if we do make it there, I'm going to apologize to my brother
for everything. Yay! I want to see him.
That's if he'll see me. He might not want to see me. But it feels like the right thing to do. It feels like this is something I would tell someone to do and not to be afraid.
Do you think he still remembers? Do you think he's still mad of you when he popped his football?
Oh, when I popped his football? No, we were little kids. No. I don't think he's still mad at me about the football.
Don't you live in Queens?
Yeah, he lives in Queens, but this is the borderline between Brooklyn and Queens.
Oh.
This is Metropolitan Avenue right here we're passing. And this is Grand Street. And this is a famous spot right here. This exotic spot right here.
Oh.
This is a strip bar where there was a
bar?
Yeah, where women dance and stuff like that.
Oh,
They dance to beta men that think they're alpha men.
That's pretty amazing. Who would do that?
Pretty amazing, right? Yeah, everything we're gonna see here is gonna be just art infused. What I always loved about Brooklyn was the fact that it was full of so much art. Yeah. Art everywhere, you know. What somebody might confuse as graffiti totally is not. It's something much more special. But what was I saying?
You were saying that you were saying that we passed a famous building, a strip bar.
Yeah, and that strip bar, what makes that famous, at least in my mind, is that there was a police officer that got real drunk in that place.
Yeah.
Got in his car and drove and killed the whole family. A woman was walking with her baby, her daughter, she had the baby in the baby carriage, her daughter and her son walking down the street, and this dude wiped out a whole family. And I bet you he's walking around right now. It ain't it's all good. I think he did go do a little time, but police in America,
I would have gave him life if I was someone in control.
Yeah, of course. But you know what they have? They're sovereign citizens police. Because in order to be a sovereign citizen means that you basically are able to investigate yourself. In other words, let's say if a police messes up, the police have to investigate the cops. So that means they investigate themselves. They have what they call internal internal investigation. So it's pretty crazy how they get to say what somebody did was right or wrong, and it's like it's absolutely mind-blowing what you can get away with as being an officer of the law, even though they don't really feel that. They're under massive amounts of pressure, and they feel a lot of stress, and they never want to really hurt anyone.
Yeah.
But they do hurt someone, and they end up realizing that at the end of the day, there's a way that everything is going to work itself out. They're gonna get paid.
He got drunk at that bar.
At that strip bar, he got drunk in that strip bar, jumped in his car, and killed the whole family. It was crazy.
What a sucker. Black man?
I don't think so. Oh, look at those solar panels up there, dude.
Oh, wow.
1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4,
3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So 16 up there.
Yeah, but are those each individual one, or each panel might be 3?
3, 6,
yeah,
9,
3
12,
turned
15,
the other way
18,
around.
21, 24, 27, 30, 32, 30, 36, 40, 48, 40, 43, 46, and 48. So 48 out of all of them.
Good job.
8 times 2.
The way I did it in my mind, as soon as we said 16, I just times that by 3.
Yeah.
That's the way my brain went. I don't have that common core brain like you do.
Wait, 16 times 3. So 6 times 3, 18. So 6 times 3, that's 18.
Oh, I could turn here. Look at that. Irving Avenue.
You remember where Brother Rob lives?
Yes. That's if he even lives there anymore. He might have moved. No one would tell me. Dad wouldn't tell me. My cousin Daniel wouldn't tell me.
Is he cool with cousin Daniel?
Yeah, he's cool with Daniel. It's a park I used to play in when I was a kid right here. I just drove by my grandmother's building, actually, to the left. There was a building, where she lived at right until she died. She's there for many, many years, at least 30 years, 40 years.
You used to live around here?
I didn't used to live here. I didn't used to live here. But I did live in Brooklyn, yes. But whenever we would visit my grandmother over here, I would go to this park. This was called Knickerbocker Park. Now it's named after that woman that was killed by some gangsters. You see that says something, Hernandez? What it says, Maria?
Yeah, Maria.
Myra?
Myra.
Yeah.
Myra Hernandez.
Yeah.
She was killed by a gang.
Yeah, she was a journalist. She was writing news. She was writing stories about the gangs. I don't know which gangs, but some sort of gangs, like Spanish gangs.
Yeah.
And she was writing for this newspaper, and they murdered her.
Wow.
And they named that park after her. Most people that go in that park know nothing of her. There's nothing other than just like when you walk in, they'll say her name, but there's no real information.
What part of Brooklyn did you live in?
This part, I guess, about 5 blocks away, 6 blocks away, maybe. That's my mom lived, and I never represent for this neighborhood ever. I always say Harlem because I went to Harlem on my own, whereas this is where my mother lived,
Look at this face.
That's interesting.
That
It's
looks
like
like a
3
balloon.
different faces moving into another. Pretty interesting. I can't get it from this event. There's a van in the way.
Like that.
Nah, there's a van in the way, and I don't want to press a button and then have to redo it. Sorry, dude.
It's okay.
Yeah, man. So she was murdered, yo. They took her life.
What year this was?
I don't remember. Maybe I was like 10 years old.
Oh.
I was maybe 9, 10, 8, 9, 10.
Basically.
Yeah, I was like your age. But interesting how I still remember it. So it was pretty pivotal.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe I was 13. There's no way I could have remembered 9, 10.
They murdered her around here.
I don't remember the circumstances. But she was murdered. And this school, you see this school right here?
Yeah.
To the right?
Yeah.
My mother tried to take us to the school, my brother and I, when we were kids, and she said that they didn't want any brown kids in the school.
They did?
Yeah, that's what they told. Well, I don't know if that's what they told us. This is what she came up with. My mother was just like, it's because we were black that she couldn't get us in this school, refused us. And interesting about that is that because this whole neighborhood was Italian when I first came over here, everybody said forget about it and all that kind of stuff. Everyone here was Italian, 99%. So we were like the first
Black Puerto Rican.
Yeah, we were the first black Latinos that came in. They looked at us. They didn't. I don't think they saw black Tino. I think what they saw was black. You know, they looked at my mother. They definitely thought black. My mother didn't have an accent neither. She spoke like an American. Very Americanized my mother was compared to all her sisters. Where her sisters were. So this is the house that I lived in.
When you was a kid?
Yeah, when I was a kid, 277. That's where I lived as a child with my mom. They put a penthouse on the top. You see that top part?
Yeah.
That top part is a penthouse. They just added that a couple of years ago.
Did you like living here?
Oh, I loved it. This was like, you know, this was really amazing. I lived here until I was 11 years old. Or maybe 12. 11 or 12, something like that.
You was born there?
No, I was not born here. I was born like 10 blocks away, inside my house.
Oh, you was born in your house?
Yeah, I never went to the hospital. So this house here, minus the penthouse, is where I grew up from the age of, I guess, 2 years old to the age of from 2 to 12, 2 to 11.
So you lived here 10 years.
A
decade you lived there.
Yeah. And then around this corner is where I spent my brother and I spent most of our time. And this was considered a big hill right here we're on.
Oh, this is the hill you guys where you said you were talking about? You used to go around the block and make gadgets and
this
go-karts?
Look, this building here, the lady on the top floor, that's the lady that told you that touched me when I was a little boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When I was a little boy, that lady over there in the corner, she touched me. But I didn't know. You know, it's only now that I'm a grown-up that I get it. Mm-hmm. And then this place right here, this was where the gangsters lived at, right in there.
Where in there?
And those houses there.
These three?
No, right here, right behind this van. You see this black pickup truck?
Yeah, and those? Mm-hmm. The green and brown?
Yeah, it's like a white house. I don't see any green. I see two white houses back there.
On the top.
Oh yeah, the green and brown.
They
correct.
lived back there, the gangsters.
Yeah, they were gangsters that lived back there. And at least that's what my mother told me. She said they were the gangsters, and they would throw parties. They would do block parties here, and they would have the Mr. Softy truck, and you can get all the Mr. Softy you want. They would have a magician out here doing tricks. They didn't have jumpy houses or anything like that back in the day. But they had
would you go?
For the time, yeah, my mom would let us come up the block. We would be on the block. This was every year. They would do the biggest fireworks show you ever seen. The fireworks show was amazing. They spent a lot of money to do that. And my first girlfriend lived here.
Your first ever?
How
old were you?
When I had a girlfriend, I guess maybe she was like my girlfriend for most of my life without me even knowing it though. We just liked each other. She liked me, I liked her.
How old were you?
And she lived right on the first floor. I don't remember, but I left here like 11, so that was probably, you know, I don't know. You know, I honestly, dude, I don't really remember. We didn't kiss or anything like that, but we liked each other. You know, it was a mutual thing. You know, it's called, when you understand each other, there's this mutual, look at this Brooklyn, how Brooklyn has changed. All these houses. This is what we need to do to my grandmother's house. Tear the damn thing down and build something tall and fly.
Yeah.
Remember that. But I could feel me. I feel a sense of like, like what's the word?
Humor?
No, I feel weird, like, because I'm heading towards closer and closer to my brother's house. So it's making me feel
nervous.
Yeah, I guess nervous. Well, you see, I'm not used to nervous feelings, so
yeah.
So maybe this is a new feeling for me at the moment.
Have you ever been in your house?
Of course. Chill. This is just it's all good, We come from separate worlds, Cody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the world. The world I came up in ain't the world he came up in.
Mm-hmm.
He came up in a total different world, and his wasn't no better than mine. Mine was pretty bad, and his was pretty bad too. Growing up with my mother. See, I left home and I had to deal with the streets. My brother stood. He didn't leave home. He stood.
Oh, he stood?
He stood, and that might have been, his own health he ran right into by living with my mother all that time. I just knew something wasn't right.
Yeah.
I was like,
How did you leave?
I'll tell you all about that another time. But when I did leave, it was because I knew something wasn't right. I've always had this ability to see. And then we moved over here. This block here, we moved to the left where the Chinese restaurant is. Maybe the one house down. I have no memory of the place whatsoever. I've tried so hard. Right after to the left of the Chinese restaurant, I tried so hard to remember. I don't even remember what the inside of the hallway looks like, my room looks like. I have no memory. Like I blocked off this.
How long did you even live in there?
Maybe from 12 to 14.
2 years.
I have no memory. I've tried to. Just imagine that. You living in a place for 2 years and you have no memory of that whatsoever. I have and it always amazed me how I just do not know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it was like to live there. I have no memory because it was such a pivotal time in my life where, so much was happening in my mind and in my soul and trying to figure out. And then my mom was just out of her mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, just dealing with a mentally disturbed human being like that was no joke. So I have zero memory of how it even looked, but I know I was there for a couple of years. Maybe I was only there 1 year. Maybe I was there 2 years. I have no memory of it.
Oh, so you erased off your mind.
It's been erased somehow from my brain. My brain just don't wanna accept it. It's just like turned off that time in my life, which was a very horrible time in my life. That's when all the problems with my brother kind of started, from that time, all the way into, whatever happened after that. All the drama was from when we were that young, But he was a child too, so there was very little he could do to change the situation. But when you're a kid, you look up to your big brother, man. And you want to be saved and rescued by your brother. That's why I keep telling you, your sister looks up to you like you have no idea. How do you think I tell you that? Because I experienced that. Do you understand?
Yes.
And I keep telling you over and over again, your sister's perception of you is so much greater than you could ever imagine. Because you're her big brother. As far as you're concerned, she's just a pain in the butt, and she's this and that. You want to do stuff, she don't want to do stuff, and you guys are fighting. But what you don't understand is that if you can harness all that drama that you and her go through and turn that into love, then maybe you won't be taking a ride like I'm taking today.
Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
The ride that I'm taking is to apologize to my brother. What if we were told what I was told. If I was told to love my brother and cherish my brother and understand each other and be there for each other and look out for each other and all these different things that our parents never told us. Our parents didn't tell us anything, by the way. My mother didn't tell us anything. Everything we did was a punishment. You know?
Well, he lives right here, right?
Yeah, he lives here. I don't want to put it on camera where he lives, but he lives here.
Which one of these?
I'll show you, but he doesn't. I don't think it would be cool to
show his home.
Yeah, he would definitely, have an issue. If there's any issue to be had, some people, they find those issues quickly. Trying to find, let me not even go this way.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you. The guy behind me was like up on me. You saw how close he was, right? It's all good.
Last time we went to Brother Rob's house, I was like 6.
Yeah, you went to his house right when my mother was dying. Right around that time.
Yeah.
That's when we had reconciled for a little while.
What does that mean?
Reconciled means that we worked things out. My brother and I were cool while my mother was dying. And then, I went through what I went through after she died. He went through what she went through. What he went through when she died. And not a lot of that was ever communicated. So, I don't know. He has no idea what my issues were. I don't know what his issues were, but when you have a family that doesn't teach you anything, you have to learn everything on your own. This is what happens. You become estranged.
Don't you have to block all people's license plates when they show all right?
No, they're out in public, so in public, this is what you do. Maybe I'll change my glasses. These might be a little too gangster.
What?
Yeah, these glasses might be like a little too much. I'll change these glasses. What do you think? Change my
How are
glasses.
they gangster?
You don't have to understand everything today.
Okay.
Some things take
What
time.
kind of glasses you gonna wear then?
Have you seen? Oh.
What you said?
No, I was looking for this.
Dad.
Well, these might be too flashy. These right here might be too flashy.
Daddy is a kid.
You gotta pee again? Are you serious?
Yes.
Come on, you're a little child. Your bladder is not that weak. You used the bathroom less than 30 minutes ago. I'm not gonna have you whipping it out every chance you get. Sit your butt down and relax your brain. Come on. That's the problem. Your mother just lets you whip it out every time and you just act like, I gotta go. Chill out, dude. Use your bathroom a half an hour ago. Get your mind right, please. Come on, Cody. Are you seriously shaking and stuttering and whimpering? Are you seriously doing that?
I'm not doing anything.
Come on, man. Don't distract me like you distracted me. No, these might be too much, man. These might be too much. They're less gangster, I think. I think these are less gangster. Maybe I should take off this watch. I don't want to show off or anything like that while I'm talking to him. I'll leave the watch in the car.
Can I see the watch?
Dude, you know what the watch is. Chill out. I love you, but come on, chill. sometimes you gotta be careful. Like these glasses, I feel like they're too much. Maybe I should just
They look good. You should go like that.
Maybe I'll go no glasses.
Okay.
I know it seems weird to see your father acting like this, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'll go no glasses.
How about me like this?
Please don't jump up and grab my glasses, dude.
Listen.
Leave them alone. Stop touching everything.
Okay, this. Everything's like.
I do want to be able to see though. Maybe I should go like this, since he's probably part of the. You know, he's tied in directly to the matrix to some degree. Maybe I'll show some respect and put this on. I think it's backwards. Let me see.
You gonna wear that?
Well, maybe he'll think I'm gonna shoot him if I wear this. But I'll keep it like here, like this, to let him know, like, you know.
How about you just keep it in your pocket?
No, I'll keep it out like this, because this is the times we live in. And let me grab some gloves. I'm overthinking this. Put my glasses back,
I've never
please.
seen you act like this.
It's okay, buddy. This is part of life. You know, you're gonna go through life and you're gonna learn real quick. Your father's a person. Your father's a person. I'm just a regular person, the way the next person is. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's daylight. I can see. It's fine. Show my watch off.
What? Your pen is in there.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna leave you in the car because it'll appear that if I bring you with me, then you're the buffer from him being his true self. Does that make sense? No. You're the buffer. In other words, a buffer is something that's right before something that you can put something in front of it to make it softer. Softer. It needs to be more real. It needs to be you coming with me. It's like as if you're my buffer. You're there to cushion the blow. Does that make sense? No? Well, you know what? You're only 9 years old. I'm telling you too much anyway. Most people would think I was crazy to even include you the way I'm including you. Your mother wouldn't like it. I'll tell you that much. Because you're a boy. You're a little child. Come on. I'll talk to you about it later. Just stay right here in the car. I'm going to put you in my pocket. If you keep on recording, then that's cool. If not, stay tuned for part 2. Might not be home. Hey, yo, Rob. There's plastic in the window. I don't know if that's for the winter time or the COVID. Hey, yo, Rob. Now, I think that's way too much mail in the mailbox for somebody to be home. I think so. It's a very, very small space. So he should hear me. And no curtains have been moved. I love that he has an American flag up. That's kind of cool. But that's way too much mail for somebody to have in the mailbox and have been home. Boom. So, done. We'll see what happens. I'm still trying to. And you know, he's not the type to not open the door. He's the type to open the door and make sure everything is cool. At least I would believe that. And he might be considered a first responder too. Can you pick that stuff up right there for me, buddy? Right there, all that stuff?
Everything's okay?
Yeah, he's not home. Yeah, he's like a first responder. You know, he's what is he? A carpenter slash Dutch boy slash. Look, Cody. Look, you just pay attention when you pick up a bag of chips. You don't pick it up from the bottom. I've told you this many times before. I know I have. But it's all right. Just pay attention, son. When you pick up a bag of chips, you always pick it up from the bottom. I mean, from the top of the bag, not the bottom. Because when you pick it up from the bottom, all the crumbs get everywhere. I told you that when you were 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old. Hopefully you'll get it by your 10 years old. I have faith in you. I believe in you, buddy. I think you can do it. No, he's not home. And they had a lot of mail in the mailbox, so that doesn't look like